All right, so a new version of GYROflow has been released. It's RC1 of version 1. I'm not sure when the final version is going to be coming out. Obviously, this is totally brand new and a completely new interface. So a little bit of a tutorial here on how to get this working on the Insta360 GO 2. It's just an example camera. This application, this video stabilization application, will work with a lot of cameras. So I recommend going to the website here, gyroflow.xyz. There's going to be download links here, documentation on the different kinds of cameras that you can use, etc. This is not going to be a comprehensive guide. This is a quick guide on how to get this to work with the GO 2. Obviously, you can get it to work with a lot of other cameras. It's a huge list, so definitely check out the website and go there for more information. But before we get into the video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by Insta360, and I do want to remind you that Insta360 is offering a special gift with my link down in the description. If you happen to buy a GO 2, you'll get some special gifts through that link that goes to the Insta360 store. So if you found this tutorial helpful in getting better results from your Insta360 GO 2, be sure to check the link down in the video description, and I thank Insta360 for sponsoring this video. So in order to get this new version of GYROflow, you go to the download link here, and as of the recording of this video, it's RC1. There will probably be a number of newer versions, RC2, 3, 4, etc. until the final version is released. They're obviously working on bug fixes, but here are some of the system requirements. You can, looks like it works on Windows 10, 64-bit, Mac OS, Linux, etc. I'm going to be obviously on Windows, so I'm going to be downloading the gyroflow-windows64.zip file. So go ahead and download that to your downloads folder or wherever you happen to download your files. So you'll get this file called gyroflow-windows64.zip. Go ahead and extract that file. And I've already done that here, and I just named my folder GYROflow, and inside there you'll have a bunch of these files, and the program you want to launch is gyroflow.exe. Alright, so you can see here we have this totally new interface. They've redone everything. It's a much more user-friendly interface, so things should be fairly easy to figure out. But if you're interested in a sort of full tutorial on this, let me know. If there's a lot of interest, I might do that, but it looks like it's fairly intuitive and easy to figure out. So if you just kind of go through the documentation, kind of play around with some of the settings here, you should be able to figure out most things. I actually didn't read any of the documentation, and I figured out how to do this on about most of the cameras that I use. But anyway, go ahead and open up a file here, hit the open file button here. This is a recent flight that I did. This is a GO 2 file. You can see the video is rotated. So we're going to change this rotation here by hitting the little edit button, and it's going to be -90 degrees, and that will turn it upright. And then we can just kind of check here. Okay, it looks upright. And then over here you see this lens profile is now loaded. So we'll go ahead and find our lens profile here in this section. Open up that. So the lens profiles are in the same folder that you launched the application from. It's in the camera presets folder like in the previous version. And then you can see here's a number of different cameras or camera manufacturers. So you want to find Insta360. And the lens profile I'm going to use here is the Pro Mode 2880 by 2880. That's the resolution that the raw footage that I pulled off the camera is recorded in, and it's in Pro Mode, so this is the one you want. Click on that. And I'm going to use the editing features of this interface here to trim out a section. So I'm going to start here and hit the trim start. And let's see, just about a minute or so here, click over here and hit the trim end. So it'll just render that portion of the flight. And then next you want to hit the auto sync button here over in the upper right hand corner. That'll create some sync points. Okay, so then before we export, we want to go ahead and scroll down. You can see we're still in that square format. We want to change that to 16 by 9. Hit the lock aspect ratio button here, and then let's export this at 2560 by 1440. And now we have a 16 by 9 formatted video, but now we can see that we have these black bars showing up here. That's because of it's not cropped in enough for the stabilization. So you can see here that we're going to need to make that adjustment, and that is going to be over here and under stabilization, under field of view, and probably want to just bring that down a little bit. You can see here that as we dynamically adjust this, we can bring that down. So I think 0.9 is probably what you're going to be looking at instead of 1, for at least for this camera. Then you can kind of go through the footage here, and you can see that it looks like that has been corrected. And then last, you want to go ahead and put a name in here for your video file, and then hit export. And you can see it's super fast. So this is like maybe a minute or two, like a couple minutes of video, and it's much faster than it was in the previous version. So this is what the final results look like. I think you probably want to play around with the zoom factor and the field of view a little bit. It's a little bit too wide in like the numbers that I said here for this example. So you may want to adjust that. But in terms of the stabilization, it is very nice. I think it's smoother than what comes out of the Studio 360 app. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, a little quick tutorial. You can definitely get this working on a lot of other cameras, and I'll probably have more videos on this later, depending upon interest. So if there's something that you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.